Come and jump in the ride, hop on the bus. We gon' slide, be outside when we pick you up. Take you to a place where you can open up your mind. Say what you gotta say, and nobody blinks an eye. You on the long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts. You on the long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts, long bus, with short thoughts. At the bus stop and whatnot with some blunts in my lunchbox. Enough stock to last the whole show. Got a whole packed road. The place about to go, better keep your glass cold. Now jump in, meet my other friends. Big respect, gotta show love to them. You wouldn't believe who the bumping in. Why you looking like that? You coming in? Anyway, this is Matt, that's Steve. What a rich Danny. There's Jason, there's Robin, that's the other Steve. This the whole damn team, the whole stampede. Welcome to the show. Go ahead and speak. Make yourself at home.
Yo, welcome back. This is show 114. We'd like to thank Habits Glass and Goodies, 3 Omaha locations, Coach Chiropractic, 114th in Blondo, and Olson's Automotive in Blair, Nebraska. Thank you for taking care of us all last year, Habits, and all this year for Coach and Olson's. So what we got today, we actually have our first Kansas guy here, and you're from Missouri, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So we kind of double dipped on the Kansases.
Yeah, because I'm just right across the bridge.
Yeah. So did you unmute your mic there? Hit that mute again. There you go. See, it gives it an echo.
Okay, yeah, I hear that now.
We're all good. So welcome, fellas. I guess how old are we?
Yeah, I'm 32.
Okay.
I'm 28.
All right. So you're still relatively young. I'm 44, and he's rode dinosaurs.
Prehistoric.
Used to race them.
Yeah. So what cities?
Well, I am from a small town called Garnett, Kansas, but I grew up and I do a lot of stuff in Lawrence, Kansas, where Kansas University is. So I always rep Lawrence, Kansas. We always do a lot in Kansas City, but I'm from a small town called Garnett, Kansas, and that's where I still live, right now.
All right.
Yeah, I'm from St. Joseph, Missouri, about an hour north of KC, but I'm primarily in the city all the time, and
that's what's up. Yeah.
Just moving and grooving.
They're right around the corner from each other.
Exactly.
So if you guys kind of looked back at what got you started into music, was it, grandma playing music when you were over there? Was it mom in the car, playing some songs? What was it that built that love?
Well, mine, my dad, his best friend is Jack Blades from Damn Yankees and Night Ranger.
Okay.
So I've been kind of just, I say like I grew up in it, like in the industry, like watching it all. I wanted to be on the stage, and ever since I've been born, we've been going to Night Ranger shows. I wish they were Damn Yankee shows, but I'll take Night Ranger. And just learning everything, and then I found Eminem when I was in the 6th grade, and then that's kind of what turned it up for me. I was like, I want to see if I can do this, and then I just never stopped. And then I found tech, and then I met tech actually, and that's what made me go harder and just kind of just invest in myself.
How old were you then?
I was 14.
Okay.
Wow.
So that was your 14 was that was where you locked in.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a pretty big meeting when you're 14.
Yeah.
Right?
If you can ever find the picture on my wrist, my tendon is popping out because I was just so excited to meet him. My dad was like, "You're gonna break his hand." I was like, "I hope I didn't."
That's and I actually met Tech the first time like 3 years ago. So you were way ahead of me. But I had a buddy that had somebody cancel on some VIP tickets that was going with him, and he's like, "Do you want to go?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I actually got to meet ISO there too, and that was dope. That was just as dope.
Sick.
So yeah. I'm gonna come over here to a second for Aaron, for you.
Yep.
What is 93.8 Alive?
So 93 and Alive is basically, it's a booking company, record label, pretty much anything that needs to be under the sun, but it's mostly a booking company and a record label. It kind of derives from the year I was born, 93, and then being alive is like suicide prevention. I'm alive, living for the others that passed away. So
There it is.
So that's just kind of what it's all about. The year I was born, then suicide prevention, and I'm alive here, stay with this type of stuff. So,
Bro, we've all lost too many to mental health. And so, yeah,
That's
we,
why,
we
like,
can 100% support that
Yeah.
message.
the first show in Wichita, my best friend passed away when he was 18 from a drug overdose, and his mom came to the show. She never saw me perform on Thursday night, and it was kind of surreal. I have tattooed on my arm. I would live for the people that are passed away and that can't be here today to see all the accomplishments, all the cool stuff we're doing. So like, just really feels like they should be in the room with you. Especially when you're in their city.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I can appreciate that.
Right.
So Blade, I guess, what are you doing for work to kind of support the dream right now?
I work at a casino in St. Joe.
Okay.
Here comes the stripper pole.
Yeah, no strippers, no strippers. That's what did it. I actually worked at GameStop until they closed both of our stores. On top of that, so it was 2 full-time jobs, and then the music, and that's just it.
Okay. That's the casino's respectable though. I mean, it's
Oh
not
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like
yeah.
I'm selling, I'm trapping.
They take really good care of me.
I can't get it. Yeah, real job.
Yeah. I can't get a job. I got all these requirements.
I wasn't trying to dog you. I was trying.
Oh no, you're good because they take really good care of me there. So
That's
yeah,
good, that's good.
that's good stuff.
That can be a rough job sometimes. I'm sure.
sometimes, yeah.
Do you have a writing process to your music, or is it?
So my writing process, I think it changes every like 3 to 4 years because I used to just write all the time and listen to the beats and whatever. And then I found an app called Veloco, and it's basically like auto tune. It just gives you the effects, but it sounded at least reference style to me going to FSP where I primarily record. And so then we did that, and now I'm actually learning how to mix and master, engineer all my own stuff. I have
Nice.
all the equipment at home, and still going to FSP, of course, but I'm just trying to learn it for myself.
Okay, that's what's up.
And right now it's kind of a turbulent time with the recording process because I'm just learning so much at one time. Like, it's a handful.
It's easy to overload yourself.
Mhm.
Bro, I've
really is.
been trying to figure out FL Studio, and that is insane.
Yeah, as I say, I use Pro Tools. So like, it's like a spaceship, bro. It's scary.
I totally get that. Totally get that. So booking some of these shows that you're booking, dude, I've seen you working with some pretty dope people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, a couple months ago, I seen you working with Chris Calico, and that's awesome. In the Kansas City area, I mean, you guys are kind of known for the strange market, and
Yeah, man.
it's cool to be able to rub elbows with those kind of people.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Calico is a very respectable guy and one of the best people I've met. Whenever you meet your people you looked up to, like he's really good people, and he has a really good head on his shoulders, in it for the right reasons, and he's ever evolving, with the times, and
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just awesome to rub elbows with some of these guys you looked up to, bring some shows to the city, and put some local artists on. Is mostly, I really don't take shows if I can't put locals on it, type thing, because it's always about building a bigger platform for them. And then obviously the music consumers in the city just try to get new shows. We book in country, EDM, whatever works, hip hop, rock. So like, dollars make sense, all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and I'm just a big fan of music, and it doesn't really matter as long as we're feeding to the consumer of keeping live music alive in your city. So.
Let's see, we don't draw lines on the music genre.
Yeah, I mean,
it's, bro, I've been in different headspaces and different places of life, and different music can feed the mood or chill it out. You know what I mean?
Can
So
destroy it or amplify it.
Exactly.
Either way.
yeah.
What's great about music is, every mood has a song, and kind of if you or someone, I know some people aren't into music, but for everyone that is into music, they go to a safe place of these are my artists or this is my playlist, and then it's nice to venture out every once in a while and hear some stuff
Oh yeah.
we haven't heard.
Well, and I had been pre-Straw, before I met Strawstone. I hadn't really got into the local music scene, and I was just stuck on my late 90s, early 2000s playlist, bro. Like, and I didn't venture out much. And Straw kind of introduced me to the local guys, and I realized how much good music I was missing. And So yeah, I've been doing a lot more digging, and that was,
Yeah,
you know, part of the fun in this is every time I have somebody in, I'm like, you know, who do you want to work with, and you know, and I get new names and start finding new people with new music. It's all, and it's but most of the time it's all good.
yeah, man. There's a lot of talent in Omaha, and I have a lot of respect. And I've been coming out here, for years now, and it's always somewhere that every tour we route, we definitely want to come out here. If it's not Omaha, it's Lincoln, and we always got to come up here just to, get a stop because the talent, and then the network, and obviously just trying to gain more fans and just get more content for the road and to put out like this podcast, just more
Yeah,
stuff to get in people's faces. So
yeah, and you guys have a pretty decent show coming out tonight here. You guys are at the waiting room, or is it the
Yes,
Reverb?
sir.
It's over on the Reverb side,
Reverb,
but
okay.
we're just like super blessed to be able to like play a venue like that, and we're
Mhm.
straw with a promoter that's strong in the city, and then we just fell in place with Dakota Fade to do a
Yeah,
tag team two tours collide type of thing. So
Dakota's cool.
Dude,
super cool.
Dakota is one of my favorite people. Like him and Matt Phoenix, like Snake Lucci, like are three like artists that
These guys are awesome.
like they return every text, and you know what I mean. It may take them a minute or whatever, but they
Yeah.
actually, I don't know, bro. They like care as much as you do. It feels like,
They're
but
good people. They wouldn't
yeah.
like treat you like how they want to be treated exactly.
Yeah.
So they're just like I would reciprocate that same energy as if
yeah,
you send a message out to me and you wouldn't take 3 days to get back to me. So we know
Right.
you're looking at your damn phone.
right. It says that you opened the message.
Says you're active now.
And I don't have that kind of time to be like, yeah, pursuing people like that necessarily either. I'll shoot you the message. If you don't respond, you don't respond. But Dakota's been a hell of a guy, and you know we've worked with him on a couple things, and I'm looking forward to seeing him tonight for sure.
Yeah, we've only been on the same. What was this festival here last year with Strawstone? We were on the same show, but we've never like I think formed like, hey, I'm this and that. We were on the same lineup, passing parts, festival.
Yeah,
So like I've never formally like introduced myself, just talked social media, and yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing this set and meeting him tonight in person. So
he's a good dude.
Yep.
He's a good dude.
Sure.
You'll enjoy him. I big heart on that kid.
I could tell.
As far as beats and production, I know you're an artist also.
Yeah, do a little
Um,
something.
A little bit of something. Who are we using for production? Are you guys coming up with your own beats?
I don't make my own beats. I actually like YouTube Shop.
Yeah,
But
no,
it's
that's fine.
but it's only because like the only reason why I use YouTube Beats is because I can capture multiple artists at once, like the influence wise, and I can turn it to my own. Like, but other if I'm not YouTube searching, I'm going through my buddy Salt Beats.
Okay.
Me and Salt did songs like Acid in Paradise, Faker, and we have one called Razor Ramon, but we just haven't dropped it yet.
Razor Ramon. That
I love
sounds
Razor
interesting,
Ramon.
bro. I can't wait.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's say I do a little bit of everything. I have a couple guys, Soho Beats out of Wichita. He does some stuff for me, and I got Jimmy Smalls. He still does some stuff for me, and then like YouTube, and then what is it? SoundClick? Is that what it is? Or the one that you get like all the beats on through YouTube in the bio. What's that one called?
BeatStars.
BeatStars. Yeah.
Yeah.
BeatStars. Then you get like usually some type of lease for buy one get two free or something type of deal. But so yeah, just kind of anywhere as long as it's just not
Yeah.
buy your beats today on there. So.
Right.
or like super obnoxious.
There's
tag.
girls in your neighborhood.
Mr. Rogers. Yeah.
So what is it that I guess keeps you pushing in music? Is it a mental health thing for you? You're putting yourself on the paper. Like, is it just wanting to be the superstar? What feeds your fire?
At the beginning it was the mental health thing because I didn't have anybody to really talk to but myself.
Okay.
And I didn't really want to be a schizophrenic. I might be. I don't know. I'm not diagnosed.
Hey,
but-
Voices.
yeah,
It doesn't
but
mean you're a bad person.
hey, right. But
everybody has something they got to deal with.
exactly, everybody does, and I think that's what brings us all together with the music because it's a higher purpose for someone.
Right.
But now it's more or less what can I do to challenge myself and also provide a product that people will love, whether it's free, it's $5, whatever the deal is, as long as it gets to you, that's the most important part for me. And like I like to rage, but like I love to cater to the vibe because everybody has to vibe at one point in the day.
Yeah, a couple of your songs got a pretty good vibe to them. I was just
Yeah.
like at first I wasn't even listening to the words. I was just like, this is dope.
Yeah.
I was like,
Two of the ones that I came across that really stuck out to me was your Davington City and Mobbin.
Yeah.
Mobbin had a vibe to it too that I was like, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to King Tez and Smith Boy. Those guys, if you don't mind me telling you a quick little story about it,
Okay.
because it's pretty cool how the thing came about. I had a couple of buddies that we had a fallout, and the song was done. Like literally, the album was coming out in 2 weeks,
Oh,
and so I was like, "Do you guys still want on it?" And, they told me no. Cool. So I hit up my buddy Smith Boy, and I was like, "Dude, I need you." And Smith Boy has always delivered on like for me on other projects and whatnot. And then I reached out to King Tez, who has a good following, and he's a great guy himself. And yeah, mobbing, and then we did the video, got the guy with the fireball, the whole production, and we froze for the music video. So I hope everybody enjoys that.
it was pretty dope, dude. The
Yep.
video was
Yeah.
definitely awesome, though.
Thank you.
It was definitely awesome. As somebody that's, how long have you been into the music? I guess yourself. Like,
So-
what made you, like, what was it that you can say made you lock in?
Well, I don't know, just like whenever I was young, the hair rock and my parents' cassette tapes and stuff, just listen to all that. I guess that really influenced me. Actually, a little history behind my name is I'm named after Aaron, Aaron Presley, and after Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. So like both my names are musical names. But I mean, whenever I locked in was probably just like the point whenever me and my friends were freestyling and it was a point of release and it was like a social thing with me, my best friend, and my brother. It was the first time we got a group together, and it was just like I feel like this freestyling was fun, but whenever we had something going like a group and it was like we all put in our input, this is what the song is about, and then we all have our verse. I just thought it was so cool, like, oh, I'm going to tell my part. And they were more horrorcore and I always wanted to be hip hop. I was more like 50 Cent, Eminem, like Crunk, like Lil Jon in the club type stuff, and they were more like ICP, Twisted, and they were like murder, murder, kill, kill. So I went off and did the ATM stuff, and they were a different group called Kansas Prairie Killers, and they got a little bit of movement going like on the horrorcore scene, and then they of course like most people dispersed and quit doing music, but I started doing ATM stuff just more like what I wanted to do
Yeah.
and what I envisioned the character to be as ATM rather than trying to fit to whatever they wanted to talk about. Because my brother was older than me, graduated. My best friend went to alternative school, so they were getting together. I'd come home from school and they're like, "Hey, wrote a new song today. Catch up." I was like, "Well, I missed out on the vibe of the writing process,
Right,
so
right.
why am I trying to catch up over here? I feel the vibe, so I'll just go, do
Yeah.
my own thing. We can do songs here and there, but I'm not gonna force it. And like, I'm not gonna catch up songs while you guys are vibing out of school.
Right.
I'm just like out of the process.
Well, and when I originally came across you on Facebook, I knew you were more of a promoter and honestly didn't come across the artist stuff until a couple months later. And your song NASDAQ
Mhm.
was awesome. Gone at Last.
Yeah.
That song was dope as hell. I kind of like, I don't know what the kind of emo
The
vibe
pop
to
punk,
it, or
yeah.
pop punk. Yeah, it was.
So,
Whatever. My wife is a fan of that song.
oh,
she's,
shout out to your wife, man.
she's them.
So yeah, so basically the hip hop's always cool. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like MGK because of the Eminem beef, but whenever he went pop punk, I mean, it almost inspired me and a lot of different artists in that genre. So like, I always love that music, the Hawthorne Heights, the Blink 182, all those bands I grew up on whenever it was early 2000s. So like, whenever you want to make music you want to make, rather than putting, like you said, a cap on your rapper, your country singer, your rocker, like I want to do all that stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
well, they're
So-
two completely different genre and styles of music, and it's great. I love seeing that you're not locked in that
Right,
box. And,
right.
and like he's a rager, and then he does the vibe, just whatever comes with it. And like I feel like a lot of times being a hip hop artist and then starting to do the rock and knowing about rock is like I can do the bar schemes and like the rhyming and figure out how it works because you've done different flows on different beats, so now it's just you're just doing it with guitars and the drums, and it's not as hard, and it seems like I don't know, the beat, the song just writes itself, and you have the feeling in your head and what you're feeling, and then you have the beat, and then you know what you're going for, and then you get that chorus. Or most people start with chorus and then write verses around it, but whatever, works. But yeah, I mean, it kind of just writes itself whenever it's a dope beat, and then you have the feelings and emotions of life, of whatever's going on in your life. And then whenever you're an artist, it's just like, especially like whenever my pen hits the paper, it just goes, like, you can see sometimes it'll slant because I'll just be writing so fast or whatever, is on my mind, and I have to go back and decipher the chicken scratch. But like, that's just,
you leave out an or an and or something. You gotta go back and put an arrow. And
yes.
Just like, you do, I don't. It just ends up a mess.
And then sometimes
I'm hillbilly. I need to explain it better.
Yeah.
I gotta write that shit out.
Add a word, take out a word. That's not on the page. Maybe I don't. Yeah, sometimes, but
yeah. So, do you got any tips for these young and upcoming kids trying to get into the music scene or shows?
It's harder than ever, I would say. I would say stay consistent and just keep trying. Just know that if you ever just want to jump into hip hop and start getting paid, it's I wouldn't say it's a dream, but just make sure that you're aware of what you're getting into. So, like, obviously, get your product, you got to have the music, and then get as much content these days of TikTokers and all this stuff online. Just make sure that you're putting yourself out there as much as you can. Find the promoters, the venues in your town. If you can't find a promoter, just start introducing yourself, start supporting shows, coming out and introducing yourself until you're in their face. Because I can't tell you how many people, myself or people like Strawstone, this guy came out to 3 shows now just to support, and he bought a ticket. Like, I need to put him on a lineup because he's showing love, and I got to show love back type thing. So I would just say, the consistency, the content, and then introducing yourself to like a local rep, and then having an understanding of it might take a while to get where I want to be, because this stuff doesn't happen overnight, but it can happen overnight.
It can.
With one song, but you just got to, until that moment, you just got to be level-headed and not.
I've been to the casino.
Right. So a lot of people would come in here, like, I want to get paid, I'm going to drop one song, I'm going to be big, and it's just like.
I mean, technically, the podcast doesn't make me any money. The sponsorships do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and really, that's just my buddies willing to cough up some money to let me shout their name every year. You know what I mean?
But you have those contacts, and you built those, and they believe in you. Like, they would mess with your podcast enough to throw some dollars your way, So.
Well, I mean, and they help us do some cool stuff, like if we do some food drives or something like that, they give us a spot to collect things, and they've all been
sell local CDs.
Pretty cool, yeah. One of our Habits, Glass, and Goodies, they let us sell local music and stuff. So
Snake loves getting hard copies into stores like that, so I'm sure you guys talked to him about.
Oh yeah, he's
always about getting here in Omaha, getting his stuff in the stores and stuff. So.
Yeah, no, that's part of our side hustle. We print CDs, so we figured we might as well help try to get them into stores.
Yeah.
So yeah. Sure. What do we got? I know we got a show tonight and the tour here, but I know you guys, you got something else building, and we're probably 4 weeks before this comes out.
Yeah.
So what do you got coming up here? The summer's just beginning.
So actually, what we're like, literally, we're finishing tour, and then we're opening for Ritz and Dropout Kings in Kansas City.
Hell yeah!
They just had that show in Des Moines the other night. But yeah, I mean, tour's over, come home 2 days, and then we're back on probably a sold out show. I mean, we're manifesting that locals and Dropout Kings and Rich, so.
Yeah. Also, that's a huge show.
Yeah.
That's good.
I just built a Dabble Do Ya tour. I don't know if you saw that. It's C-Mob.
I know I seen the artwork.
Oh, yeah, it's C-Mob, UBI, and Bakelo.
That's dope.
I built that myself, actually. I got a hold of all those 3 headliners, and I built it together. 3 cities, 3 days. Got some Shrek raves coming up. Snake Lucci's tour, me and Strawstone is booked. We got the birthday bash coming up. Back for Glizzy Fest next month.
Yes.
Me and Blade are both back for Glizzy Fest. Man, there's just a lot going on. Got 93 and a Live Fest is not announced yet, but July 18th here first. At the Tree Room Lounge in Kansas City. So make sure save that date. It's going to be vendors. It's a consumption lounge. It's going to be a bunch of different rooms playing video games. It's going to be live music.
The Tree Room is really dope. It's super dope.
What day are you guys back for Glizzy Fest?
19th.
19th? All right.
The Sunday, yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, dude, super excited.
that was really fun last year, and I know
Yeah.
it'll be good this year because like I seen the pictures for like where there's extra stage and all kinds of stuff. Like,
Mm-hmm.
The layout of
yeah,
the
he's doing it big this year, and I love it.
proud of him, man. And
Him
when
and I
you
are talking about having me down there doing some live broadcasting while we're Facebook and YouTube while we're down there. So
for sure, man. Yeah, he's curating his own festival, and the way that it builds every year is just
Yeah.
very cool. Because I know he had messed with I don't know why I'm blanking the name of the old one. What was it? I know it's not Mayflowers because that's a series, but
the
it's
Four Winds.
Four Winds.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
one I
yeah,
was
yeah,
part
yeah.
of. Sorry, so
Yeah.
many shows. It's like a brain fog. I mean,
And that
I'm
was
sure you know so many shows and how many things I book, and everyone's like, "Hey, you got the tickets for this show?" And I'm like,
that
"Which show are you talking about?"
that was one of his first
Yeah.
shows that I went to personally.
Oh, yeah.
So was
Same
that
here.
Four Winds, and that was seeing ISO and Tabo and all those guys. Matt Phoenix. That was the first time I met him,
He's awesome.
and he agreed to come do the show then. And then it was like a year before he was like, "Hey, dude, I'm going to be there." Like that, also man of his word. You know what I mean? He's like, "When I get back, I'll do it." And this first time he was back, he did it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I don't know if you saw last year we got the UBI and Matt Phoenix tour. We did a little weekend with those guys. That was a really cool
that's awesome.
run. Yeah, that was fun. They're really cool guys and easy to work with. So
Yeah,
it always makes it easier in business. So.
yeah, I bet.
And they're easy to work with.
Right, right.
Not a
Well,
diva.
Him and I were talking about that. Just in your position, working with some of these artists, like you have attitudes and personalities
right.
to deal with, and yeah, I'm sure it can be rough sometimes.
Extra
Yeah,
stress.
you get what you get. I would say I can match energies, and I mean we've been in situations where it's like we're employing you tonight, we're paying you, so I don't know why you're treating us like we're lesser than you. But
Right.
yeah, it's just like respect as you would like to be respected, and but yeah, I mean I dealt with some people that it's like never do that again.
Right.
And I dealt with some people that's like, anytime you're in the area, let me know. We will route you through here. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely some no book list again, no return dates. There's definitely some people that I love out here. But,
Yeah.
Big, bold, black magic marker.
yeah, so it's like, so about that, But,
Yeah.
it's like, it comes with it, I feel like. And like I said, I've had some idols, you meet your idols type of moments where it's just like, I don't listen to their music anymore just because more or less that the person that is behind the music and the person that is in the real life, and I figured out what they are, and it's just like, man, it just kind of changed my whole outlook of but it's just like, yeah, being in this position of being personal, rubbing elbows with, like I said, I'm 93 Alive. I'm not saying I'm a threat to strange music, but we're throwing shows, we're doing their artists, and we're in the city that they built, but we're doing big stuff, and we're pretty much any show of like the old people that used to be signed to them or are still signed to them, we usually grab. So definitely rubbing elbows with the right people. So
Yeah. C-Mob as another dude I'd like to try to get in here sometime.
yeah, maybe if he drove through Indiana on the way down to Kansas City.
Maybe. And he's one that I haven't reached out to yet. Like I have reached out to a lot of people, but yeah, so, at some point you're like, I need to chill out for a minute. I've sent 35 emails and
Right.
but yeah, there's a couple artists that I still haven't made contact with that I'd love to talk to, but some of that's dreams.
No, yeah. Well, you're at least a guy that's willing to travel and
Yeah.
meet people to interview at their space rather than
Yeah.
you gotta come to me. So
Well, and that wasn't even a thing in my mind until probably the last 6 or 8 months. And you kind of had hit me up, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'll come to you if that's the only way we can make it work." You know what I mean? And set myself up so it would be relatively easy. All I really need would be internet. So
more convenient. Yeah, I mean whatever works for.
well, and ultimately, I want to be able to like roll up on a show and be like, "Hey, dude, we're outside." Like,
we're live.
Yeah. let's talk right before the show. Let's promote the show live and all that. Like, we'll see how that shakes out. Dreams, festivals, go to a festival, just have an RV and come sit down and let's talk to 5 or 6 artists and do some live stuff. Yeah. I just want to hang out with my buddies and do cool shit.
No, yeah.
Same.
The age doesn't change. You still want to do that.
Right. Yeah.
This just started because we needed a place to talk.
Yeah.
And
It was
a bunch of us got together and we just like, let's start recording it.
Well, see, here's back in the day, bro. It used to be we would just laugh at all this dumb shit we would do and be like, we should have recorded some of this, which would have been a terrible idea. We would have probably went to jail at some point. but it was always like we should have recorded this, and I knew that I needed to learn how to communicate, and mental health was a thing for me. So I'm like, if I start a podcast about mental health, I have to talk and about that, you know what I mean? So I was forcing myself out of my comfort zone with this, and it's turned into a lot of fun. Like I got 4 or 5 old dudes sitting around this table most of the time with me talking about how we're going to try to improve shit. Like, you know, we're going to try to quit drinking beers.
I'm old as fuck. There ain't no improving left.
But I mean, a couple of us, a couple of guys have quit drinking and just like made life changes, and it's been really cool to see, and it wasn't like, let's start this to get better.
Right.
It was let's drink whiskey and laugh a lot,
But it's helped us
everybody.
Personally, each one of us. So.
Yeah. Everybody.
That's kind of funny. Like I told my girlfriend that whenever we were younger, we used to do jackass stunts but not film it. And kind of like what you said is she just thought I was so stupid for being like, so you guys hurt yourself just for the fun of it with no evidence. That was us. There was no camera phones. There was.
We did similar things, dude. We would backyard box each other.
Don't talk about Fight Club. I was the king of don't dare me to do any fucking thing, bro. Dare me, and I'm gonna do it. So.
You put Danny on a 2-stroke and watch him go. The Missouri comes out for sure. The redneck Missouri.
See, I was
hillbilly motherfucker.
Damn.
See, I was more of an airsoft war guy. A kid. That was my
I actually played paintball for a little while.
See, I wanted to do that, and then I watched Jackass, and I seen the welt it left, and I was like, "Never mind, I'm good."
I had an angel, and that like they went to the course that we played on all the time. They put a pressure, they would shoot it, and you'd have to turn your guns down to 350. And like, when I first got mine, it's like, "Why is your gun at like 490?" I'm like, "What?" I didn't know it had that setting. Thanks.
I didn't
call me the Punisher.
He's like, "We're gonna turn that down." I'm like, "Okay." And then I got hit by one. Oh goddamn!
Dropped it.
So
I learned really quick.
What do we do for fun? Like, what's our vent?
I literally do nothing but music.
Yeah.
Like I'm 24 hours when I can. Like I said, whenever I was having the 2 full-time jobs, it was getting really difficult to actually find some time.
I bet.
But no, every minute, every second that passes, I'm thinking about music. Like I was at a KU game with my buddy Girl That's Rocco, and we were watching the game, and it felt so weird to just be like just hanging out, like just not right? Talking about music. Like usually we'd be like, all right, what's next? When are you dropping this? When you go to the studio next? Da, 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 da. But it was just like, hey, that guy put up 40 last night. Like, and it was just so weird. But yeah, no, if I'm doing anything, I'm just hanging out with my girlfriend, or I like to eat. That's what I do for fun, but
doesn't show.
Yeah, it don't show.
See, I like to eat, but I'm down 100 pounds.
Dude, hell yeah.
At 95. I inflated that a little.
We'll take the
round up.
Yeah,
right.
You got to round up, man.
I would say I'm a dad of 2, so mine definitely goes on my downtime is with my kids, and we're about to do youth sports like soccer and baseball this year, and then I'm not really big on video games anymore, but like him 24/7 but it's live music, so I wake up, work on messages, work on stuff, go to sleep, wake up in the middle of the night to, go to the restroom and freaking answer some messages. So, I never sleep on this stuff, but, as for fun, it was just, finding, what my kids find fun. So getting to WWE recently with them. And I mean, I was in WWE my whole life, but just to introduce it to them, they know the wrestlers. We went and saw Raw and at the Sprint Center. That was a lot of fun. But I would say living vicariously through them and seeing, because, how life can, like we talked about, can hit you, and you're not the same person you used to be, and it's hard to find joy in what you used to find joy in. And definitely, my kids basically keep me going every day, more or less, and just to find the fun in that. But I'm trying to, the music and sports. I love sports. KU, Royals, Chiefs. Big fan of all those. But yeah, that's usually. I was a kid at the kitchen table with all the adults talking sports, so I'm always big on those still, but I just got away from that because you get drowned into the music and you're just like, this is my life. And then you're just like, what? You kind of like you said, what is it outside of here? And you just like, kind of get to a point where you're like, man,
How old are them kids?
they're 5 and about to be 8 actually. So
Okay.
it's a really cool age. Yeah. So one's pre-K and one's in 2nd grade. So really cool ages, and they were finally showing their interest in what they like. And at first it's kind of just like almost forced interest, or whatever other kid, but now they're kind of like, this one kid likes Minecraft, this kid likes WWE. So they kind of having their both like own thing, and then they kind of like stuff together. But I mean, I'm sure that's any siblings, but they're close and they're brothers. And yeah, I mean, just a lot of fun. Being dad's the best part of my life for sure. And I want to show them that you can dream and nothing's like out of reach, and you can pretty much attain anything no matter where you live, what background you came from. And if you set your mind to it and that's really what you want to do in life, then you can do it. And yeah, it's not out of reach. So
Yeah, my 16-year-old thinks I am uncool, but my 8 and 7-year-old, they are like, you get to hang out with all the cool people, and like they want to go to the shows.
Yeah.
And,
Mine too.
yeah, but my 16-year-old, he's like, nah, dude. I'm like, you don't want to go to this Murky Lee show? And he's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, what is wrong with you, bro?
Yeah.
Right.
They've performed with me twice, and yeah, I mean, just the points where they know my songs and they get up there and dance and just be like, my dad's ATM, or just they know like 93 and Alive what goes with it. So I'm sure when I get older, I guarantee I'll still be doing this, but help me work door, run shows, and they could be part of live music too, just like he was, with his dad. So like, definitely bring them around. But I'm just not gonna overstep. If it's a festival all ages, I'm not gonna be bringing these kids out to bars or anything like that. But if the situation's right, it's all age venue, festival, bouncy house, something like that. We've had a couple opportunities where it was like, oh, kids are definitely coming if it lines up. But shout out to the support system, my girlfriend and my mom, and anyone that helps me chase this whenever I do have my kids, and helps me out with watching them and all that stuff, getting them where they need to be. So.
Oh yeah, nope, we got it, man. My wife does all that at home when I'm in here. You know what I mean? And
yep,
got to shout out the support system for sure.
Superheroes.
So, social medias, where can everybody find you?
You can find me anywhere as long as you type in 3LADE 86. Sometimes without the 86, either way you cut it, it's still Blade. So
yeah,
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, everywhere. I'm
everywhere. Or you just have the link tree if you want it. Just inbox them.
Yeah, the easiest.
It's everywhere. I'm about the music ATM. You can find that. We kind of just rebranded the name. You Google ATM. There's our Spotify ATM. There's a bunch of them. So About the Music ATM. If you go look at that, I'll pop right up. Aaron Tyler Marmon ATM on Facebook. That's where all the shows are dropping. 93 and the and sign and alive. Follow that for all the latest shows dropping. But Aaron Tyler Marmon, if you Google that or look anywhere, you can usually find me. So.
That's what's up. And I appreciate the message between 93 and Alive, dude.
Thanks, man.
Again, I struggle with mental health time to time. And I mean, obviously I always struggle. There's times it's worse than others, but the more light we can bring to the subject, you know what I mean?
Well, kind of like your podcast name, it's just like hard to find some original names now that were 2026. I mean,
right.
So, and then you have to find some type of meaning behind it. And obviously when you mash the two things together, suicide prevention and just my birth year, I mean, everyone just doesn't really put 2 and 2 together, but it's really as simple as that. And yeah, I mean, I have no future of changing it or running away from it because it's what came up. People know the name. It's a Midwest regional name, coast to coast. We've booked stuff, so like I feel like once you have that household brand, you got to make sure you keep having the clean logos, keep being in people's faces, and just keep bringing more dope shows to the area and building bigger. That's kind of like what strives me to keep going. Is like we came this far and we've been this far. Like how would we disservice ourselves and quit now because we made all these waves.
You'd be cheating only yourself.
We've lost, we broke even, now it's time to win,
Right.
So like I feel like we would really just be disservicing ourselves if we stop now. So it's just really what's the next big move, what's the next big drop. Dabbington City has been beautiful for him, and like for online and concert in real life, it's like we run that song back 3 times in the right cities because they want it.
Yeah, that song's badass. It's the everything about it just.
And you gotta bop,
Yeah.
So and you run with it, and that's it's like you have that song on your set, you never switch out, and that was mobbing for him for a long time, and sometimes he still leaves it out, but Davidson City is a legendary track.
I have to leave mobbing out sometimes because when I perform it live, I don't typically use a microphone, and I'm not trained on how to use my vocal cords apparently. So literally after Wichita, I couldn't talk right, and I was like, oh my god. And then we went and did Marionville, and of course I didn't drink anything, so I just raw dogged it. And then yesterday I could barely even speak.
You were done for a day at least.
Well, not to mention Marionville, there was wood smoke from bonfire outside.
That's not good either.
Cigarette smokes indoors and tree smoke indoors. So we were like, on one moment I breathed in and I was like, God.
It's thick.
I got a respirator out in the truck. I'll be right back.
I got some soot in my lungs.
Right. I didn't know you'd have to enter the venue like Bane.
Yeah, right.
Look like I came out of the coal mine when I walked out the venue. But it's changes ever, growing, but there's not really that many smoking venues anymore. I'm not really into cigarette bars, but
right.
It's
I've never been a smoker. So.
Every time you breathe in, it's like you just smoked a pack, and when you're trying to perform, you're just trying to get your breaths right. And when you're not a smoker of cigarettes, it just takes it out.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cigarettes, let's get that straight.
Yeah, and
it's different.
Mad credit on the breath control to every artist.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
I try to sometimes sing a song in the car and be out of breath.
You're getting into it though.
Yeah, I was. So
he didn't tell you about the second line. We're done.
Right. Making my way downtown.
Out of breath.
I'm homebound.
Yeah. Bet. Well, yeah. We'll
that's funny as fuck.
Yeah, we'll keep you on here, and I guess even if we don't get you in for bars here, I know you got to run for a show here in a little bit. Yeah. Next time you're in for Glizzy Fest, think about pulling up.
Oh, absolutely.
That's not too far down the road either. So
I'd love to.
We could at least probably try to get blades in real fast if you.
Yeah, I think we got enough time.
Yeah, sure. If it's ready, kind of queued up.
It don't take much time to set up. So cool. Sweet. Well, I appreciate your time, fellas, and we'll have some fun tonight. Yeah. Yeah.
Make sure you hit the dabs at the show.
Good luck to you guys tonight.
Thanks, man.
Are you going to be doing Dabbington?
Yeah, we're going to be doing Dabbington City. I honestly, I throw the sets together and I listen to them 3 or 4 times, and then I just forget where the songs go in order. So I'm like, oh, what are we doing? I need to start being a professional and keeping the list on the stage. So, yeah.
In your house tour night 4 though.
Yep, Omaha, Nebraska, and man, it's going to be good being here because I've waited basically since I've met Strawstone to get up this way. So
this date, yeah.
Is Straw gonna have the card out tonight?
I'm sure, dude. It's a nice night.
Get
I'm sure he's like.
I think I seen something that he's not.
Oh, that sucks.
I know. I really want a glizzy, dog.
Well, that's all right.
Dude,
if he's got to focus on the
get
show.
Yourself an Otis, dog.
I'll be here for Glizzy Fest. Look, I was in Omaha and a couple months ago, and the timing just wasn't right.
Right.
Oh, I felt so bad. I was like, man, I'm here. But yeah, I can't wait for Glizzy Fest.
Yep. St. Joseph's up next Saturday, and then we're going up north. We got Minneapolis, we got Wisconsin, we got Chicago, and we got Iowa City to wrap it up. So we got 5 more shows after tonight. So super excited for the rest of the month. So.
Back to back.
So we're actually doing a smart tour where we're doing 4 in a row. And then next week we're gonna do 1, and then we're off a week, and then we're doing 3 or 4 at the end of the month. So it's a responsible, realistic working at your job while you're touring.
Right.
No, that's what's
so
up.
we got PTO, we got request offs, yada yada. So it's hard to be away from home in real life and job for 10 to 21 days. So this is a way that makes sense for me and Blade, and a way that can make us win and get the weekends.
It's good that you got it worked out like that. You know what I'm saying? You're lucky enough to have a job like that.
My part-time is also one of my sponsors who, you know what I mean? Like, they really got to believe in you to give you a part-time job and sponsor your podcast, right?
Hey, we know you need a couple extra dollars.
Yeah. So it's cool though, man. Yep. Well, all right, fellas, we'll see you
See you
tonight.
too.
You know, this is going to be my first show out since before like all the wrestling and basketball seasons, and it actually might even have been since football season.
Really?
Oh wow.
Yeah, since before football season.
Yeah, because you went right from football to wrestling.
Yeah, so I haven't been out the house in months, man. It's gonna be we're gonna turn up tonight for
That's
sure.
exciting.
Let's do it.
All right, fellas, thanks for your time, and we'll
Be
see
safe.
you down the road.
Yes, sir.
Run it.
Come and jump in the ride, hop on the bus. We gon' slide, be outside when we pick you up. Take you to a place where you can open up your mind. Say what you gotta say, and nobody